Welcome back. It's time to talk about sickle cell awareness, sickle cell anemia in Nigeria. It said that about 150,000 children are born annually with the condition, but there is a foundation that is looking into some of these issues to enlighten the people, let them know how they can go about if a couple, if you have a child with sickle cell, what you can do and not think that all hope is lost. And that is the Temitayo Awosika Help Foundation. It's a non-governmental, non-profit making organization set up to cater for children and adults living with sickle cell anemia condition and the underprivileged. Now we have in the studio the Chairman, Board of Trustees, Temitayo Awosika Help Foundation, and that's Mr. Sule Ozenwa. Thank you so much for being here this morning.
Thank you very much.
We also have a consultant hematologist with the Lagos State University Teaching Hospital, Dr. Adedoyin Dosun. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
And the Executive Secretary of Temitayo Awosika Help Foundation, Mr. Ebere Olua. Thank you also for being here.
Thank you.
Now, let me start with the Chairman Board of Trustees. Why do you have to set up this foundation to look into sickle cell?
Well, thank you very much for having us on this program. Sometime in 1999, August 13th in particular, or to be specific, the young couple, the Dr. and Dr. Mrs. Awosika, have the misfortune of losing a very prominent child, Tayo Awosika, as a result of sickle cell anemia. And that actually brought about, in a nutshell, the human feeling that if such can happen, then others who may be going through a similar situation need to be assisted. And in a country like Nigeria, where you have quite a number of what I would call less privileged people suffering from such situation, it becomes very necessary to see what assistance we can render. Hence the motivation to set up this foundation.
Okay, now let's talk about some of the assistance that the Temitayo Awosika Foundation, Health Foundation render.
Thank you very much. Right from the inception, we have that objective of providing material, physical, and spiritual help to those living with sickle cell anemia condition. And since that time, we've been doing that. The foundation meets every second Saturday of the month to give the essential drugs to the children living with sickle cell anemia condition. And not only that, we have interest in research on how to manage sickle cell anemia. We have partnered with Esoma Herbal Institute to produce what we call solamine. The solamine shows a sign of managing crisis. But recently, currently, we are into partnership with FIRO, the Federal Institute of Industrial Research. We are trying to produce another. Let me call it. It comes from a local bean seed. We have found out that seed also helps in cushioning the effect of crisis, because we tested it with our club members. We have club members ranging from children of 5 years who are in bronze group, those in between 6 to 16 years who are in the silver group, and 16 and above, they are in the gold group. So we tested the beans raw as it is, and when we noticed that the beans works effectively, we decided to take it to FIRO, being a research institute. And apart from that, we have in certain situations giving physical help, like giving them scholarship to study, making them feel free. We have a social event that we bring them together to feel belonged, that we don't even tell them they have a challenge. We tell them that they are like every other normal human being. And we ask them to mix up with people, to have a social activity, to feel at ease, and take their normal medication.
And then they'll be fine.
They will be okay.
All right.
Dr. Johnson, the challenge of living with anemia, first of all, is a challenge on its own. But how is it that some of them tend to be ostracized? Why is that so? In some places, you find them withdrawn. They are more into themselves because they feel as if they are not accepted. He said they try to educate them that you're like every other person. So why do we have that situation?
Well, I am not, I don't think they are ostracized because we stay in a hospital, we welcome them. And the problem is actually self-stigmatization, sort of.
So they do it to themselves?
Yes, because you're living with chronic weakness, chronic pain. You cannot really play with your colleagues at the same type of energy. So sort of you tend to get withdrawal on yourself. I don't think there's anybody that actually discriminating against sickle cell disease. We all have it in our family.
Really, you find some people say, oh, you come home with, oh, mommy, this is my husband-to-be, and then along the line, the discussions, deviate into, and the mommy gets to know his SS, and then she says, I don't even want to see him any 100 meters or any whatever meter near my house.
Well, we have people with various prejudices. People have prejudice, and it's not unusual. I mean, you could be a Yoruba family, your daughter brings in an Igbo man, somehow along the line you don't feel comfortable with that. Well, I don't consider that one as unusual. It's a matter of